Hey Maximizers, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Crystal, and this video is all about how to actually save money by living paycheck to paycheck. Now, my channel is mostly about couponing, but it's more than that. It's about maximizing your life through couponing, because if you coupon effectively, it will impact your life in a multitude of different ways. Because if you start saving 50% or more of what you're spending in the grocery store or what you're spending on household items, that can severely impact your life. Even if your groceries right now are $250, you cut that back, you're saving an additional, let's say, $125 a month. That's huge. That's $1,200 a year, right? So that is a substantial amount of money that you can use in other ways, areas of your life. So I really want to help everyone really maximize their lives and use that additional savings for good. So one thing that I know a lot of people say to me is that they just don't have anything extra. I'm living check to check. I'm barely paying my bills, or after I pay all my bills and my expenses, I have only like $20, $25 left to get me through the month, or $100 to get me through the month, right? So I was thinking there has to be a way. Well, I know there has to be a way, because I once was the paycheck to paychecker, where once I paid all my bills, I was basically broke. I had to make sure I had a good $25, $30 to have gas for 2 weeks to get back and forth to work, right? So I decided to make this video, and I'm looking because I have no, to show people that there is room and there are ways and things that you can do to actually save some money even though you're living paycheck to paycheck, okay? So if you allow me to be real with you, I got my tea here, my teamy tea. I got my water and I got my notes. I wanted to give you all a well-rounded group of ideas of things that you can do to help you save money. And then I also wanted to give you actionable steps, because people will tell you, do this, do this, do this, but then they don't tell you how to do it, right? So if you're interested in learning how you can save money if you are living paycheck to paycheck, or if you just want to find some extra room within your monthly, your weekly, your check budgets, just keep on watching. So the first thing that we need to do, have a budget. You need to take 1 month, write down all your bills, write down all your income, and then see where you're spending that money. If that means keeping your receipts, if that means taking things out in cash and realizing that you took out $400 in cash for groceries, but you ran out of money around the 20th of the month, you need to figure out what's going out and what's coming in and where it's going. So you're gonna have to be a little disciplined for about a month, a whole month, so you can see overall where your money is going. Because it's gonna be hard to cut back and save if you don't know what your expenses are and what your needs, your debt, whatever it is that you have to pay. If you don't have a clear idea of it all at once, because we kind of know what needs to get paid, right? But I think it's important to have it down on paper or a spreadsheet or however you like, but you need all of your income, all of your expenses, and you need to keep track throughout the month. That's number one. Once you have your budget, the first thing I say look at is your eating habits and expenses. Because even when I was living paycheck to paycheck, we were going to McDonald's, we were going to Kobe's, we were getting Chick-fil-A, we were getting Chipotle, right? But we were still going to the grocery store and buying groceries. So I know that most Americans, I know not everyone, but most Americans are eating out gets us in trouble. A lot of people go to the grocery store, spend a couple $100, and then turn around and go out to dinner because we don't feel like cooking. Part of it's laziness, part of it's convenience. But whatever it is, I think your eating habits is the first place to look to see where you can save some money. If you're strictly living to paycheck, even if you have food stamps, I know you're still buying stuff outside of that food stamps budget. We need to look there. What can you cut back? If you aren't couponing, you definitely that's number one. Once you look at your food budget, you should start couponing. That'll help you save money. Then you really need to see, are you being wasteful with that? Are you buying groceries and eating out? Are things rotting in your fridge? In your 30-day overview of looking at your expenses, are you throwing out food that you bought because you didn't have a chance to eat it? Are you throwing out food because you cooked too much and your family didn't eat it? So you need to look at what you are wasting. If you are spending, $300 a month eating out and you're wondering why you can't pay your bills, well, that's it. But if you don't look at where you're spending all your money, you won't be able to find it. So I definitely think looking at your eating habits. And then grocery shopping, okay? I live in Central Florida, and the main grocery store that we have in my area is Publix. There's a Winn-Dixie a little further down the street, and if I drive like 30 or 40 minutes out of my way, there's like Safeway, there's a Winn-Dixie further away, there's a couple like Spanish named grocery stores, but most people shop at Publix, and then we have the Walmart groceries, and then we have the Super Targets. Now, Publix is pricey. So in my opinion, going to Publix for all of your shopping is not the best method, because Walmart and Target tend to be a little bit cheaper. Target has coupons and things you can use. So look at where you're grocery shopping. When I lived in Baltimore, there was a ton of grocery stores, but going to like Giant and Safeway, they were pricey unless the things were on sale, okay? So I would go to Giant only when things were on sale to get it cheaper. I would go to Food Lion a lot because Food Lion was less expensive. The same thing you were getting at Safeway or Giant was naturally less expensive at Food Lion. So look at where you're shopping. You know, they used to have those things where it's like, oh, shop at Walmart is this price, shop at whatever your local grocery store, Publix, is this price, and they're like, oh, you can save 40% by going to Walmart. That stuff is true. Look at the prices. Even if you just go to the apps on your phone and look at the prices without leaving the store, compare. Aldi's is clutch for groceries. They have everything. They have organic, and it's much cheaper. So definitely look at where you're shopping, because you could save a lot of money just by switching stores or combining your efforts and going to 2 different stores. A little bit more gas, but overall, you could probably save easily, I'm gonna save 30% by going to Aldi's. By switching to Aldi's, you can save easily 30%. I saw a huge difference when I was shopping primarily at Aldi's, and that's around the time when I wasn't couponing hardcore at all. I was living off my stockpile for non-perishables, and for all my perishable items, I was going to Aldi's, and it was cheaper than me going to Walmart. So look at where you're grocery shopping. And I don't want this video to be long, but I want to be thorough, and I want to give an accurate picture of depiction that it's possible you can do it, okay? One that I should have said first is pay yourself first in savings. I know you're barely paying your bills, but I don't care if it's $10 per paycheck. You need to pay yourself first. Because if you wait until you pay everything else, see what's left over, you may forget to pay yourself. Now, a great way, some actionable steps to pay yourself without spending your money, is setting up a direct deposit. Check with your employer. Are you allowed to have multiple direct deposits? If so, open a separate bank account at a separate location. Get a prepaid debit card. Right now, if you have Bank of America, go to Chase. Go to Wells Fargo, go wherever and get a local credit union. Get a separate bank account and have your money direct deposited there, okay? If you can't direct deposit it there, set up a transfer. You can transfer bank to bank in your bank account. So I can transfer from my Wells Fargo to my Chase bank account. It takes 2 or 3 days, there's no fees, but I can transfer from Wells Fargo to Chase. Or I can transfer from Wells Fargo to my local credit union that I have, okay? For 3 days after you get paid, right? And you automatically do it $10 to yourself. I definitely think you should do that. So that way you already have got some sort of savings. Like I said, I don't care if it's $5 or $10 a paycheck. You have to start somewhere. You can't wait, spend up all your money and be like, oh, I have nothing left. Give your money to yourself first. Start small. If you're like, I'm really tight, $5 a check. And then as you start to save these other ways, you can go ahead and increase that more, okay? Hope that makes sense. Another big one is to reduce your expenses, okay? And this is something that I struggle with personally. Reducing your expenses. What things do you have that you don't need, right? Right? So I would say people always talk about cutting cable, but if you're like, I need cable, how about shop some providers? Can you go to a less expensive provider? Can you sign up for a different promotion? I know when I had CenturyLink, they told me to call back every 90 days and get a new promotion. My bill will go down by $5 or $10 every month. So every 90 days I did that, okay? So look and see if you can get a cheaper provider. If you don't use your cable a lot, right? But you have Netflix, Hulu, Stars, and internet, cut the cable and just use the apps, okay? But if you're a cable person like me, I need my cable. I don't like to cut it. I just shop some providers because I used to have Bright House. And they were like basically killing me in the amount of money I was paying, okay? I switched to CenturyLink and my bill went from almost $300 a month down to $100 per month. Now I inherited that bill, which is another story for another day. I didn't actively sign up for that. But the bill was almost $300 every month and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I literally canceled them. And I called CenturyLink and they were like, oh yeah, $125 a month for everything I was getting plus better quality TV. So shop around, do your homework, okay? And if you don't use your cable, keep your internet and keep all your subscriptions. Which takes me to my next point. Look at your subscriptions. Are you using Netflix, Hulu, Stars, and CBS every single month? Are you using them all? Can you do what I do with my sister and we split? We have like 4 apps, but she pays for some and I pay for some. Some's got to give. If you got people who are watching your Netflix and they never pay, you got to be like, listen, I'm canceling Netflix or I need $5 from you a month. That right there could be your $5 that goes into savings. Okay? So look at your subscriptions. If you don't need them all, let some go. Save some money. Or let me tell you this. So I love CBS and I have the app because I watch the Big Brother live feeds and I watch SWAT and I watch all kinds of stuff on CBS. Right? My CBS app, I call it a CBS app, okay? But I was reducing my expenses for a little while. I canceled it for about, I think, 3 or 4 months because I wasn't watching it as often as I used to. So like during Big Brother season, I'm literally using it every single day. It's worth it. But then there was times where I was using it every 6 or 8 weeks and I'm like, no, I'm going to cancel it. And when I'm ready to use it again, I'll pick it back up. And that's what I did. I saved myself like, I don't know, $50 in those 5 months that I didn't have it. Because I think it's almost $10 now. It might be almost $10. Because I was using like the no commercial interruption one. So I saved myself almost $50 for not having it for like 4 or 5 months. So that was a plus for me, right? So look at your subscriptions. If you don't need them all, let some go. And guess what? They will always welcome you back with open arms when you're ready to have them again, okay? Look at what you can sell. If you have old clothes, if you have toys, things, you can sell clothes back to consignment shops. I know once upon a child, I sell Kinsley's old clothes, shoes, toys, what have you. Their Plato's Closet, there's all kinds of things you can do. So if you're not wearing it, you're not using it, sell it. And whatever you can't sell, just donate. Have a garage sale, have a yard sale, use OfferUp. Get rid of some things in your house. It will help you generate some more income and clean out your closet. Okay? I said shop around for cable, but also shop around for car insurance because that sometimes can vary. And then also for your phone bill. If you're not under a contract that has a better model, check it out. If it's going to be cheaper for your family and you get the same benefits and perks, switch, okay? My favorite is generate more income, okay? Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, and I completely understand. So, if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, your generate more income could be get a part-time job. Whatever you can do to generate a little extra income, it doesn't have to be long-term. You can do something seasonal, but do something to get yourself some more money. Okay? If you're like me and you have that entrepreneurial spirit, first look at what you like. What do you love to do? What is it that's your favorite thing that's not work? If you could do it all day, every day, what is it? Okay, you got it? Now, let's strategize some ways that you can monetize that. How can you make money from that? How can you earn money? Are you an artist? Are you crafty? Can you design clothes? Can you make baskets? Okay, whatever it is. How can you monetize it? Google it, YouTube it. There's so much stuff on YouTube about entrepreneurship. How can you monetize your hobby, your passion, and what you love? And just do it. Don't be scared. You gotta make more money, okay? And start off with things that are low cost and don't cost you an investment. YouTube is free to start. So if you've been dying to start a YouTube channel, honey, start. It takes a while to earn money from it, but eventually you can earn money from it. You can get sponsorships. You can do so much here on the internet, okay? So do your best and generate more income some way, somehow. So you can either get a second job, go work for someone else, part-time job, what have you, or you can start something yourself, build up what you like to do, what you're passionate about, and monetize it. And honestly, that's it. That's all I have. So when you're living paycheck to paycheck and things are already tight, my biggest advice is look at that budget and see where your money is going. Look at your bank account and see what you're doing. Because I'm telling you, from experience, when my bank account was going negative, we were still going to Chipotle. We were still getting Chick-fil-A. The little bit of money we had for groceries, we'd go and spend it on groceries, and then we'd overspend on everything else. And not even always eat all the grocery money we had, okay? So I do want to leave you with this, that it gets better. You won't live paycheck to paycheck forever as long as you intentionally make a plan to get out of that never-ending cycle. When I tell you all that my bank account was negative for months, I would get paid, it would be okay, and then negative again. I would get paid, it would be okay, and then negative again. So it was a never-ending cycle of overdraft fees. Some of it was intentional. I'm like, oh, the bank will pay, because I just didn't have enough money. But I also didn't realize how wasteful I was being, okay? So once I started couponing more, I wasn't wasting as much because I was saving money. Once I realized, okay, we're spending $300 a month eating out and $200 a month on groceries, and we're not eating our groceries. Things are going bad. We're wasting food. So something had to give, and I had to consciously make a choice to say, if I'm gonna eat out, this is my eat out budget. It's $100. This is my grocery budget, $200. That other $200 I was overspending, that can't happen. I can't afford to spend $300 on eating out and $200 on groceries when we only have a $300 grocery budget. So I had to make conscious decisions and conscious moves to get myself out of it. And I started to give myself $5 per paycheck, even when my bank account was going negative. $5 per paycheck. Because when I needed to fix something on my car, I had a little fund, not a big fund, but I had a little something to get myself started. And if you never start, you'll never get there. Start small, $5 a paycheck at the minimum. And then as you start to save more, then you can throw more over there. And the best actionable item for that is, like I said, set up a direct deposit straight from your employer to a separate bank account. Or you can set up manual. You can set it up for the last day of the month. You can set it up for every 2 weeks, every week. $5, $10, do it, okay? It'll help you so much. I think that's it. If you have questions about how to save living paycheck to paycheck, let me know. If you have any stories, if you have any suggestions for anyone who's struggling with this, let me know. Like I said, I lived like this for years. Generating more income and being conscious about my budget has helped me. Now, if you watch my budget videos, you know I be having moments, but these moments, these bad moments, are 10 times better than the bad moments I had 4 years ago when my bank account was negative and things of that nature. My bank account hasn't overdrafted in a long time. It hasn't been negative in a long time. So I'm grateful for that. But I know how extremely hard it is to pull yourself out of that rut once you get into that cycle. I just want to leave you with, you can do it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Reduce, generate more income, and look at that budget, and it will get better. If you need one-on-one help from me, I'm here. I can help you. So just comment and I will answer your question to the best of my ability. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. I hope I didn't ramble as much as it sounded like I rambled, but I really wanted to just let you guys know that it is possible to save money even when you're in a paycheck to paycheck cycle. That's it, Maximizers, for how to save while living paycheck to paycheck. I really hope that these tips and tricks were a little bit helpful and will help to guide you get out of that paycheck to paycheck rut if you are in it. If you have questions, of course, comment those down below. There is additional resources out there available for you. I am offering a Patreon community for very low cost each month. I do talk about budgeting. I'll be doing more couponing haul videos, really just helping you to maximize your life through couponing and just trying to show you how couponing can really impact your life. So if you are looking for more and additional help, click the link in the description box, join the Patreon community, send me an email, send me a message, ask your questions, and I'll be sure to help you, okay? As always, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.